dun, 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 dun. Oh, hello, hello. Is anybody out there?
I'm here.
Oh, that's all I need. That's all I need, and that's all we have for you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
everybody.
thanks. So, hello everybody. This Xbox Life episode 348. We give you wings. Literally, we give you wings every week,
Wings what?
except for this
Wings
week.
Xbox?
Wings like Red Bull. You'll find out why later.
Ah, okay.
Part of one of the little things of the one of two news stories going on this week.
See, I thought you were going with wings, meaning wing apostrophe S and like possession. So something that wingman has.
Oh no,
We'll
no.
give you wings.
Well, yeah.
What?
Well, we give you wings every week, except for this week because Wingman 7 and is not here. I'm Brun
That's
BJ
right.
3. You
He's
were
off on
raw.
assignment.
Yeah, you were raw
He's,
pre-SAR, right?
yeah, that's
Okay.
me. I was just about to say wingman is off on assignment at E3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you figured that one out.
Yes. He's on secret assignment. We're not allowed to discuss. We'll talk about it
Yeah.
next. We'll talk about it next week. So. Oh boy, I tell you, what's worse than the news stories and stuff in the weeks leading, like the couple weeks leading up to E3? Do you know what's
Having to
worse?
wait for all the games
No,
when they
the
come out like 6 months later.
no, the week after E3 when nothing happens because everybody's already went through everything. You
Hmm.
know, so much news during E3, and then you come the next week and it's just like, hey, we have to do what are we going to talk about in the show? Um, well,
Well, we could talk about appliances and then have like a gadget section at
oh,
the end.
no, we're not doing that.
Come on.
So, no,
I've got a gadget. Here, I have this Sharpie. This
very
is
good. So, yes, episode 348. We've been doing this a while.
yeah.
Quick announcement: we're on every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for today. It's more like 10:30, because my computer is been having issues the last hour. I've rebooted
Sorry.
2 or 3 times. I really think it was because of Nvidia completely going crazy and drivers getting updated on top of each other because the whole Batman Arkham Knight issues on PC and stuff. Who knows? I
Oh,
had to
there's issues.
Oh yeah, it's like won't run on laptops, and I don't know.
Oh,
I haven't been following it because I don't play that game.
yeah.
I've been sticking to my Xbox One, but yeah, just it's been horrible. So hopefully we're making it through the show because I run like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 applications. I think when we do a show, and they're
Yeah, yeah.
all on two screens. Maybe a
Hmm.
third coming soon. But yeah,
Ooh, spoiler.
yes, fun times. But as you can see, like I said, Mark is not here today. But you and I are going to hold down the fort.
Sure.
So starting off with what we've been playing.
All right. Here, I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah.
A couple things I've been playing. It was my son's birthday
Hmm.
this past week,
But
and
he found that out early though, right? His gift came
yeah,
out
he
early.
got Skylanders Swap Force. I think I mentioned that last week. So we played that, and it's decent. I tend to find the Skylanders games enjoyable. They're fun enough, and Swap Force definitely has a nice little spin on it compared to Trap. Well, actually, Trap Team's got a cool little gimmick. Swap Force has got a cool little gimmick. So definitely pleased with both of those, and I'm definitely taking the Swap Force route a little smarter than I did Trap Force, and that was to look up online and find out the minimum amount of Skylanders that you need to
Oh.
complete the game, so that we're not getting like extra Skylanders and such. Because with Trap Team, when I was buying those, I would just get stuff that's on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was on sale, I'd pick it up if it looked cool. But I mean, it's nice to have all the figures, but you still might not be able to complete the game enough.
Right.
or get far enough in the game. So, um, as I've been seeing figures, like, if we go into a store, it's like, ooh, here's one of the ones that we need. I'll grab it. Like today we just got, what was it, Hoot Loop or something like that
Okay.
is the name. I love their names, and it's actually a little funny. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of playing any of these,
Nope. I've been
but
smart and staying away.
yes, yes. And so, well, I guess you could say it's not smart to get into Skylanders. Well, there's another thing that my son got for his birthday, and that's Minecraft. So he's been all excited for months because that was like going to be his big birthday gift. So I got the 360 version uh, and set that up for him and struggled to watch him go through the tutorial.
No, jeez.
Because it's got, from what I understand, it's got actually a pretty good tutorial, more so than in the PC version and other versions. Where it kind of like guides you through to learn the interface and such. But, when you're a 7-year-old, you don't necessarily want to read everything. So it's been interesting so far, but he's having a great time. And it was kind of funny, like the other day, he was getting attacked by a zombie. They have a name, Creeper, I think. A creeper and a spider. And he's just sitting there like, ah! He's like screaming out loud, they're coming to get me.
Right.
And then once they got him, then he had to walk away for a little while. And I'm like, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I have that sometimes now when in my old age. And then, so yeah, there was that and something else. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm in the preview program
Yep.
and on the Xbox One. Are you in that? Or
Yes. Yes, I am.
are you still in it, or did you get out?
I'm in.
Okay, because I know Wing was
He got out
in
for a
and
little bit.
out, and
Yeah.
then I think he's back in, or he couldn't get out, and so I don't remember if you got out of it as well.
Nope. I'm in.
Okay, but one thing that actually let me backtrack. So I was looking through the preview dashboard just to see what the latest stuff in there was, if there's any quests and such,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that an update came out on the 19th. So this would have been what, on Friday? Yeah, I think Friday.
Yeah.
And it listed some of the stuff in there. And one of those things was streaming. And I saw this yesterday. So this would have been the 23rd.
Yeah. The one where you can go from your computer to your Xbox One.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's been out for a month or so.
No.
Yeah, I did it a month or so ago.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Man, because I missed this. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I must not have been paying attention or something, but I was so excited. I turned it on right away. I fired up my laptop and I was playing Forza. I was playing Thief. It was really cool. I mean, well, I don't know about Thief being cool because a lot of people don't care for it, but the streaming worked really well. I was just amazed. It was something that I'd been waiting for a long time, ever since they announced it, and it worked fantastic. I plugged actually, when I first fired it up, so you have to click connect on your laptop
Mm-hmm.
or on your Windows 10 machine. You have to connect in the Xbox app, connect to your Xbox One, hit streaming. Then it complained that I had no controller, so I grabbed my controller and a micro USB cable, plugged it in. Windows found the device. It had automatically installed whatever it needed to install.
Oh wait. So wait. You went from your Xbox to your PC. Oh,
Yeah.
see, I'm talking. I went from my PC to my Xbox.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, you're thinking about the Miracast.
Yeah, Miracast. Okay. Oh
Yeah.
well, no, I haven't done that streaming yet. I'm about to do that.
Yeah, it's
I'm about
out.
to do that when we get out of here.
Yeah, so what you do is you go into your dash, or you go into your settings. I think it was under system, and there's a checkbox for streaming to your Windows machines.
Okay.
Then you go to your Windows 10 machine. There was an update to the Xbox app a couple of days ago, so it probably coincided with that. And then you hit the connect to Xbox, where you have the ability to power, the Xbox on and off and such. Plug in your um, controller with the micro USB cable. So I just plugged it into one of my USB 3 ports. I don't think that really matters if it's 3 or 2.
Hmm.
Windows installed the software, and when it was streaming, I just saw, the dash, or actually I don't know if that's proper anymore. The home screen, whatever they call it now on Xbox One.
Right.
And I was moving around, you hear the toot 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 toot. As you're moving around, I fired up a game. Forza, I was trying to see if it had any lag. I had one of the Lamborghini cars, I think it was. So I had the Lamborghini car and I was racing it around, and it wasn't, I want to say, like on rails as I was turning, but the game's not like that. There's oversteer, understeer on it.
Right.
Some of the cars lag a little bit. And then I wanted to try something else, something that I hadn't played before. So I fired up Thief and I played that for about maybe 15, 20 minutes. And I mean, it played nice. I did run a test initially because it has test streaming as an option. And I'm wireless to my laptop. So when you set the settings for the streaming, you can do like low, medium, or high, which I assume is probably the video quality.
Mm.
And so you can do low, medium, and high. And I was at medium, and it complained about my throughput. So I just dropped it to low, and that's how I did my gaming. I mean, it fuzzed everything out just slightly, but it's not like back in the days of like real audio and real video. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
It's not horrible.
you have to have
What?
Windows 10, don't you?
What was that?
Do you have to have Windows 10 for the streaming?
Yes, you
Ah,
absolutely have
see,
to have Windows 10.
I took that off my laptop.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, and if it's in a VM, I don't know how well it would work. But
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I
I was
have
just
Windows
kind of
10 native.
Yeah. Well, I did too, and I backed it out because I was having a bunch of issues, and I don't know. Have they released? I know this is an Xbox thing, but have they
Yeah.
released the RC yet?
No,
Okay. Because if
because
they
right
get RC,
now
they
I'm on
push.
build 10130,
Oh, see, yeah,
and this I got maybe 2 weeks ago. So I'm guessing they'll probably release a new build tomorrow or Friday. Because, I mean, they've got like what, 4 weeks left?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I
I'm,
mean, the
I'm waiting
quality's
for it
pretty
to.
good.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to come on the MSDN, so then I
Yeah.
can go from there. Because I'll do the RC because that's basically it. But you know, but we'll see.
I think they're pretty close with this. But
Yeah.
but anyway, getting back to the streaming,
Yep. Sorry.
I mean, it worked really well. I was extremely pleased. I was just stoked about how well it worked. And um, it just worked so well. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm so excited about it. This was one of the things that I've been waiting for a long time, ever since they announced it. It was like the top of my features that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I mentioned that I wanted DVR, full on DVR.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, that's low on the list compared to this, and it works well, and it's now that it's working,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. So if you've got a Windows 10 PC and you're in a preview program, definitely try it out. Um, you might want to do it wired if you can. I don't know how well the wireless would work, especially when you do the higher quality. But there was one part in the Windows app where it showed you like the bandwidth consumption, and I want to say that it averaged like 1 meg. I think that was right, or 1 megabit.
Oh, okay.
And then it peaked at 3,
Oh, yeah.
which is nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing. You can handle that. I mean,
Yeah,
wireless can handle that.
because on my home system here, I have a wireless AC router,
Mm-hmm.
but all my devices are N or G, so I'm not doing AC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a Nighthawk.
Okay. Oh yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, so I'll be. It's far better than what I think. I think the Xbox One only has an end device, anyways. I don't think
Yeah.
it's AC, so yeah, not a problem.
But they say the AC routers do a much better job of. They do like beam forming, I think is the feature where they have multiple antennas and they somehow attenuate the
Yeah.
signal to go to. It can kind of sense or triangulate where the different devices are, and it can kind of beam things in that direction more, beam a signal that way anyway. But anyway,
Anywho.
I think I'll definitely try it with a wire and try it on high just to see how well it works. But for something that just came out, just as a preview, it works really well. Double thumbs up. Very pleased. I'm going to be using it a lot. So I think that's about it for me. Now that I've rambled on for like 20 minutes.
That's fine. That's all right. It makes me want to go put Windows 10 back on my
Yeah,
laptop.
you
So,
should.
but
I know I would
yeah,
if I was you.
I'll wait it out. So I use that laptop every day. I've been watching a lot of development stuff,
Yeah.
working on Node. Good things of Node and Angular, but
Are you saying nose and you're congested?
nope, Node, Node, Node.js. All
Okay.
right. So I put a link in the router. It's on Amazon, but of course, if you go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon first, and then click that link, that would be better. But that's
Mhm.
the router we were just talking about. Cool. So yeah, that was the games you've been playing, and the streaming's cool. I want to go do it just so I can show off to my friends.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
buddy.
look, I'm playing Destiny on my PC, but
Yeah, I wonder if you can stream the chat and stuff, not or through the controller.
I
I
don't
was
know.
curious
See,
about
that was
that.
the one thing about the app that I'm excited for because I saw the app. You're supposed to have party chat and stuff in the app,
Okay.
and because I was saying it's like, oh wow, that'd be great. If you just have a couple people that you want to talk to while you're playing PC games, you could actually use that instead of like TeamSpeak or Vent or Gamebox or Dolby Axon. I mean, all the 15 other different clients there are for trying to chat with somebody when you're gaming. But obviously you're limited to the number of people.
Yeah.
But so be it. As far as my game, I played a small game called Destiny.
I never
And
heard of that.
yeah, so
We've never talked about it on the show, have we?
yes, we have. So this was
Couple
my
two, three times.
Friday through Sunday. I did, and this may not mean anything to you, but I have two characters capped out at 34. My third is like a level 2. Um, and each week your stuff resets, right? So you can redo the nightfall strikes, which are like hard strikes, really hard strikes, and then you have heroic strikes, which are just hard. So there's really hard, there's hard, and then you have your two raids, or your two raids that you can run, and then you have your level 28s, 32s, 34s, and 35 POEs, Prison of Elders, right? And
Okay.
after you run all these, you get rewards for beating each one of those. But you only get the rewards once a week. But you can do it 3 times for each character. So between Friday and Sunday, I ran 2 of, you know, heroics, nightfalls, 28s, 2 Crotas, 1 Volta Glass. Did I say the 228 POEs, 132 POE, and 134 POE? So it's like all that stuff, and I got drops like crazy. Like I got the Gallahorn, finally. I finally have the best weapon in the game. So it only took me a little over 200 hours to get it.
Oh man.
Because it's a random drop. I mean, there's people that still don't have them. There's people, we were talking to someone, I was like, they're like, they're like, you got a Gallahorn. I was like, I got a Gallahorn. I was like, all excited, and this guy's like, yeah. He's like, I've gotten 8 of them. And you only have 3 characters, so you only need 3. So he says he has videos of him like breaking down, because you can break down, like destroy the weapon and get parts out of it. It's videos of him destroying Gallahorns. And there's people it's just like, I don't even have one, and you're destroying 5 of them. It's really pretty funny. But yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, I finally got that. I got a couple other really cool weapons and stuff. So. But yeah, and this week it starts over on Tuesdays, so today I ran 2 nightfalls. But we'll talk a little bit more about Destiny in a little bit. So,
Okay.
but that is it for that. So, eating Wisconsin. Yes, that is a lot of grinding. You are absolutely correct. So better fiber in North. So eating Wisconsin, I asked him. I said, "Are you from Wisconsin?" And he says, "No, I'm from North Carolina," which kind of throws me off. I'm from Ohio, but he we're talking. He runs a Mac, and we were kind of talking some technical stuff or PC stuff when you were talking about your streaming, and he's talking about it'd be a good router to get when he has better fiber in North Carolina. Now, North Carolina is a big Time Warner state, I believe. You'd have to correct me if I'm wrong, because I know Xbox Live gave him that name. That's pretty cool. North Carolina is a Time Warner, I think, company like we are in Ohio. It's like you can get Time Warner,
Okay.
or you can get like the satellite dish or Direct TV or whatever. That's really all you have. You have like WoW, and like that's why everybody's all fed up with Time Warner, because they
Wow.
give you wide open west.
Yeah, that's
Um,
who I've got.
yeah, so yeah, WoW stretches over to like the west side of Columbus, like halfway through the state, and then the rest you can't get it. So that's the only competition around. So they you get very little for a lot. So but
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I get like I think I'm down 50 down and 5 up or something like that. But you have
Yeah.
to pay the price for it. But
Yeah, that's what I've got. Wait, did you say you got one now?
no, I have Time
Or
Warner.
no?
No, I'm
Okay.
southeastern Ohio, so there's no WoW doesn't stretch out to where I'm
Okay.
at. We get Time Warner, Dish, and DirecTV. That's all I can get. So, but hey, Red Leg 62. Hopefully it's for the Cincinnati Reds. Go Reds. Um, we got a variety of new people in the show today. Welcome, welcome. Um, all right. So, couple other general. Look at that. Look at that big guy.
I guess that's my little Skylander buddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
here it goes. You're gonna see yourself. There's a delay.
8 second delay to see him.
Yeah. Oh, it's more than 8 seconds. There he
It's
is.
a
There he is. See, that's you.
yep. That's what my kids do too. They see themselves on there,
Yeah.
and James is like, he like creeps off the side, just like staring at the computer. but
Yeah.
but
Who's that guy?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Here, say hi to Brun.
yeah. They're starting on Google Fiber. Hello, hello. Howdy, howdy.
Yeah.
So,
So anyway.
all right. So, real quick before we start our topics, patreon.com, we're on there. Patreon.com/this Xbox Life. If you're into the donating monthly to the show to help us out. If not, you can leave us a one-time tip if you feel like it. twitchalerts.com/donate/this Xbox Life. Our all the money and stuff is going to new hardware and equipment, like things like this here, which we are 2/3 of the way, I believe. And then that last third, and we got it all. So we're very happy. Hopefully, I think our quality and everything's a lot better now that we're running through boards and everything like that. But all right. So how do you feel about Rocksteady taking down all versions of Batman Arkham Knight for sale from PC retailers? Was that due to all the issues? Yeah, so yeah, Batman Arkham Knight had major issues on PC, and if you
Wow.
go out there, you could see it like where they were just it would just like flash and flicker and it wouldn't run. So that's what I was saying. Like all these like things I was having issues with my PC, I think was because of Nvidia like dropping updates to my graphics
Oh yeah.
drivers. I think I had like 2 or 3, and that's why I was restarting all the time because they're trying to get up for that stuff. So, but yeah, they've taken that down. And then who else had issues? Battlefield 4 had issues. Battlefield Hardline is having issues. Like they've had to postpone things because stuff's just not working right, and I don't know what the real issue is here, but yeah, that's very interesting. But yeah, that's insane to think about. You have all this stuff, and you struggle, you know, getting that to work. So PC Master Race. Just joking. Hey, I played on my PC exclusively for over a year when the Xbox One first came out, and loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, but all right, topics of the week. I put down a couple things for us to talk about because there really wasn't that much. The big thing at the end is kind of what I was talking about with the game I was playing. But real quick, we've talked about game collector's editions and things like that, and I saw somebody talking in the chat or in our Facebook group about deals, gaming deals, and perks and stuff like that. That it all, or what I think it was like, oh, buy this game or pre-order this game from the Microsoft store and get $15 credit or some sort of credit, something like that. But the thing is you had to buy a physical edition.
Yeah.
A physical disc. Why not a digital disc? And that kind of got me thinking because Rainbow Six Siege, which is a game that is coming out very soon, looks fun to me. Terrorist Hunt is back. Thank you very much. They have their pre-order for their collector's edition. And what I thought was really funny is, okay, so you get a steelbook case, you get an operator's backpack, like a real backpack, you get a carabiner, a hat.
A what?
Carabiner. It's like the hook, like when you would go climbing, rock climbing. Carabiner. You know what I'm talking
No.
about?
Is that what Laura Croft uses?
She would.
When she climbs?
Yes. No. Those are ice picks. It's a hook. It's a hook that you would put through a loop and put a rope through it, and you can snap the rope in, and the thing closes down on it. You would see it on keychains.
Is it like a C, and then it's got the little hinged guy?
C-clamp. Yeah, one of those.
Okay, I didn't know what those were called.
Yes, but a hat, a tactical guide, and a season pass. Right, you can get all that for $150. Right, and I'm not talking about price because most of them are ranging around $150. I even think what somebody said just got their Pip-Boy version of Fallout 4. Wasn't it around $150 or $119 or something like that? You have to let me know and the thing. I guess it depends where you live at too. But you can get the Xbox One version, and you only can get the physical copy.
Yeah.
Only get the physical copy. Guess what they also have on here? They have a PC version. You get everything that I just routed off, except for your game is digital. Only. Digital only.
So would you get a code or something?
Yeah, you get a digital code of the game and the season pass. You don't get stuck so consoles, you're stuck with the physical copy, and with PC you can only get the digital copy. Now, most people on PC, that's what they want because you can't trade PC games in.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for the console thing, it's just like, man, I would love to have a Halo collector's edition, right? But if they don't offer a digital version of it, get everything and get the game digitally, I'm not going to get it. Because I am strictly digital. All digital. I'm prepping for the future. And, and I know a lot of people that like copies of the games, and I think that's great. And you should be able to choose if you want to choose it. But I don't get to choose, and I think it's just unfortunate. But, so that's that. And it's the same thing with the Pip-Boy version for Fallout 4. That little Pip-Boy thing was awesome looking. You have to stick your iPhone in there and use it and things like that. But I believe theirs was physical only. So you're always stuck with the game. I guess you can get the game, find somebody that wants it, give it to them for $60, get $60 back, and then buy the digital version of the game. Would be the only way you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to find somebody that wants a physical copy of Rainbow Siege. So, which may not be that far, far out there to do something like that. So, 1 second. Sorry, wife had a question for me. Important question. So, but what's your idea behind it? What do you think about that?
Wait,
I
about
mean, do you
which
like
part?
do you okay for one? Do you like collector's editions of games?
Yes and no.
Okay, okay. Well, and my thing
That's a
is, it's
good
like
answer, huh?
for the Halo ones, I never went out like the full $250 Halo editions. I went to like the next step up because I liked the hard book and the one that came with like the diary
Right, right.
and stuff like that. I loved those. And of course, I got the physical copy of the game for the 360.
Yeah.
Um, I love those. They were great. But go ahead. What do you?
So I do think that a lot of stuff that you get with them is pretty darn cool. I bought a whole bunch of collector's editions of movies in the past, and I liken that experience with the gaming as well because my experience has been the same with the gaming stuff in that you're paying extra for all this extra stuff, and in the end, I find that I don't appreciate any of that extra stuff. And what I mean by that is like, let's say you get some kind of figurine,
Mm-hmm.
like a cool Batman statue or something like that. It's awesome, but I just put it on a shelf and it collects dust and I never look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I paid all this extra money to get this cool thing, but I don't get the value out of it other than saying I got this cool thing on a shelf that I never look at.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff that you get with some of these, like, the collector's box or trunk to put the stuff into, or an art book and stuff, all that stuff just goes on a shelf or it eventually just gets pitched. And all that money was wasted money. And I was thinking about this, what you had just mentioned about how on the console stuff, on the stuff for the Xbox One, you get the disc.
Right.
That I'm finding kind of stinks
Yeah. Yeah.
because I think I talked about this at last show or the week before, where initially I was all about, I'm just going to get whatever's cheaper. I don't care if it's a disc. I don't care if it's digital. Well, after getting so much digital stuff, I 100% prefer digital. I would rather not have the discs that I have. I
Right.
wish, I was just thinking about this, I believe on Monday, of where I wish Microsoft had a trade-in policy
Mm-hmm.
where I could send in my discs. They do whatever they need to do with them, and I get the digital version of the game, you know? So I personally don't care for the collector's editions for those reasons. Um, Now, don't get me wrong. I do think the stuff in there is cool,
Yeah. Yeah.
but after the newness wears off,
Yeah.
there's no value to it.
Yeah, but I mean, my thing is, I have all my Halos like that, and I really, it's somebody.
Then you're stuck
Well, yeah, but there's a
because then you got
limited.
to keep buying them.
Well, there's a limited edition Halo 5
Yeah,
Guardians, right? For
right,
$100, comes with a whole
right.
bunch of stuff in it, and somebody in here said Halo 5 limited collector's edition bundled with a digital game. Yes, and I'm like, whoa, wait. Where are you seeing this? Because I don't I don't see it anywhere. I'm trying to
Right.
find it. I can't find it anywhere. Um, everywhere I see it, they all have the game.
Hmm.
So I would love to find out. Uh, GameSpot for 250. Ooh, wait a minute. Limited edition or limited collector's edition? Oh boy. Okay, so uh yeah. This one is crazy. Yeah, 250. Okay, so the limited collector's edition contains a full game download and the following limited edition content. So you get all the limited edition content, a statue, and the game digital version. but it's $250.
Wow.
And to me, it's like if you're into collector's edition, this is obviously like the one to get. Looks really awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's exactly what I would want. The steel book and the classified orders, Locke's classified orders, and stuff like that. That's the stuff I like reading. Those little things. But that's crazy. So, but that's nuts. $250 for the entire Halo 5 Guardians Limited Collector's Edition by Microsoft. So, yep, I'm looking at GameStop. Crazy. So, they're cool, but and really, it's like, okay, so this one here with the digital game, that's the thing. It's like collectors with collectors stuff, all the cool stuff, the little gadgety stuff that you get with the game. Just with you could either get digital or physical. That's all I ask. That's all I would ask. Give me the option. So, man, $250.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's too much. I mean, I'm gonna play the game. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate. But you feel free if anybody would like to take a collection or do a Twitch, donate $249.99. You can put a little note in there that says for Brun's Collector's Edition of Halo. That'd be great. Shameless plug to try to get it. Kidding.
Yeah.
But all right.
I just would hope that anybody who gets like something like that, I would hope that they aren't one of the people that were complaining about the $500 Xbox.
Yeah. Well, let's
when one game costs half of your console.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, continuing in the special editions or limited editions, we're going to move right into the next one, which is the. Did you check out the Forza 6 limited edition console?
Yes, I did.
It's okay. So it's in celebration of the 10th anniversary of the franchise. And
Can
what's your?
Can you believe it's been 10 years already?
I know.
Do
you remember? I didn't play the first Forza, but I played a lot of I started with Forza 2, and I remember when you could paint the car. That was like the big thing, painting the cars and stuff. And the person did the Jessica Alba car, and we had we friended him and got him on the show, and talk about like how awesome all the paint job stuff was in there.
Was that on the first podcast?
Yeah, I think that was when we were Xbox podcast at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome. But okay, so what you're getting again, and this is the cool thing I like what Microsoft does with these special consoles, but you get a race-inspired design with iconic sports car styling and custom automotive sound effects. So with the sound effects, is like when you typically turn it on and off, like the noise it'd make now would make something different, based on the console.
I wish they would have that as updatable.
Yeah, that'd be.
It's like a ringtone. I mean, I wouldn't spend any money for an Avatar shirt or anything like that. I mean, that's just me. But I would spend $2 to get a different noise instead of the beep beep beep.
Yeah, I would like to have Cortana be like, "Don't leave me," when you turn it off, or welcome, Brun, or something like that. But so you're getting. So this is the first limited edition console for the Xbox One. With a racing theme. The bundle includes a 1 terabyte hard drive, matching wireless controller with rubberized diamond grips, and a digital copy of Forza Motorsport 6. So, how much do you think this console is? Now, this isn't with Kinect. No Kinect. How much do you think this is?
Wait, okay, so no Kinect.
No Kinect. You're getting a terabyte.
How big of a hard drive?
Terabyte
1 terabyte.
console, special controller,
and only special thing about it is just the design on it.
It's bluish. It has the special, So it's the new
you got
terabyte.
the little like racing stripe on it, if I remember right.
Yep. Yep. Did you see the price, or you actually don't?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good. What do you think? How much do you think it is?
So, based on the fact that you're asking me this question, it's definitely not $350.
No, it is not $350. Which is a typical Xbox One without Connect, with a 500 gigabyte hard drive. I don't think the terabyte drives are in those ones yet.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are, they are. I'm not sure, but
Hmm. Well, I'll just say 400. I mean,
you got it
it's probably
right. You got
well,
it
it's like
right.
the normal price, isn't it?
No, well, see, well, no, it's not the normal. 349 is the normal price. I
Isn't
was, I was,
349 to 500
I
gig
would see
systems?
my thing was I was thinking they were going to charge Xbox One with Connect price without Connect. You know what I mean? Because it's they did that with the older 360 special editions. They were typically like $50 more, or $100 more, or something like that. I was expecting to be a little bit more than 399. I was
Okay.
very surprised. It is a very nice looking console. Now I will say this: I would have paid $50 more if that controller was the Elite controller, and I'm very surprised.
Ooh,
This
yeah.
was the perfect. This was the perfect bundle in my mind to put the Elite controller on it because it is the racing game, paddle shifting, all sorts of
Yeah.
things that you could do on there. It, it's crazy. Yes, it does. Be be quiet, Siri. Um, it does come with the game. You're right, Ninja. That is correct. It's a good price. $399 is. I mean, that's great
Yeah.
for a special console. Looks great. Looks awesome. Terabyte hard drive, and the game. Yeah, $399. I don't think you can argue with that at all.
Hey, now if you get that console, you're gonna have one controller, right?
Yeah.
That matches it, and then any additional controllers are gonna be like the black
Yeah.
or whatever you get.
Yep. So,
Too
me,
bad you
I've been,
can't have more than one
I'm
matching.
praying, I imagine they're gonna make some themed Elite controllers. I hope they make a Halo 5 themed Elite controller. But Ninja, I have to laugh a little bit. It says, he says, "Dang, when would you ever need a terabyte on an Xbox?" And I don't know if you're joking or not because I have 4 terabytes on my Xbox right now, and I'm well over a terabyte right now. It's almost like saying, "When will you ever need any more than 64K?"
Yeah.
So yeah, that's funny. What would you ever need? I need a terabyte now. I blew through that 500 gig in a heartbeat. I am digital only. That's why. Digital only, you can definitely go through a terabyte quickly because I have a
Well, it installs to the hard drive anyway, even if you have a disk.
yeah. Some of them, yeah, most of them do. Yep.
I think all of them do.
I hope Gamescom. I hope at Gamescom they announce digital sharing. I'm still praying for that. But yeah.
Yeah.
So the console looks nice. Be prepared to see a Halo 5 version of the console. So
Yeah.
that would be, or maybe it's just a controller. I don't know. I like the controllers. I like the black console too. So I mean, and yes, Eating Wisconsin. When backwards compatibility is in full effect, you are correct. You will definitely need a terabyte or more. So, but yeah, I have. I think
Well,
mine was a 4 terabyte. I hooked up to it, so I got 4.5
well,
terabytes.
if they do the backwards compatibility,
Those
a
are
lot
all
of the
installs.
360 games are small in
Well,
comparison.
they are, but when you got 50, 60, 70, let's say all your games or whatever. I mean, I have a ton of Xbox 360 games. Not that I would put them all on there anyways. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah, terabytes well under, well under. So
Especially if they're little games. And little, I mean less than a gig.
yeah,
You can put those on reasonably quickly, I would think.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
put
well,
Mass Effect 1 on in no time. I mean, it was quick. It was real
did that
quick.
pull down faster than the Xbox One games?
No, no, it does not. No, they're slow.
Yeah.
They cap their upload.
Yeah.
Their upload art. They cap it. So, geez, Wisconsin has 200 digital games.
Oh, wow.
That is nuts. Will you buy me a $250 collector edition of Halo? Just kidding. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
All right, I'll stop begging for money.
Yeah.
So
Stop.
yeah,
Yeah. Stop it, Bren.
yeah. I really do like that console. I really do like that when companies do that. It's not like they did a limited edition white console and it's going on eBay for $2,000, $3,000, or $25,000, or however much is that They make it fun and available. So, but all right, the next one. Speaking of collector's editions, that is our theme for today. That's what probably. Speaking of collector's editions, there is another collector's edition coming out, and it is for a small game that I spoke about earlier called Destiny. Now, Luke Smith, I don't know if you know who Luke Smith is. He
No.
works at Bungie. He used to be with EGM. Was on like
The magazine?
yeah, he was with those guys, and they made like what One Up Yours and
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
you know that group like
Hmm.
Bentonhausen and all those guys. I love that podcast. I wish they would have never been sold out by the companies that they were sold out by. That was a long time ago. Oh my gosh. Well, he left there and was a massive Halo fan, and got a job at Bungie. And then he was a community manager, so he would do like the weekly updates and stuff like that. Well, he's like one of the main guys for Destiny, like project designer, project. I forget exactly what his title is on Destiny. So he, in his fashion, and the thing is, I kind of stuck up, stood up for him because I know I've been around him, known him for a long time. I don't know him, but as he is in the gaming world, I know who he is. Put it that way.
Hmm.
He kind of put his foot in his mouth, and everybody's in an uproar about Destiny. Now, I said this even last week that I feel like Bungie, and I'm not going to say Bungie, like Activision, because I know who's behind it, is really taking a dump on their fans, if you want to say that. So he was on there talking about the collectors, the main big collectors, the Taken King collector's edition, $80, and Wing was saying last week like, oh no, it was $80. Is it $60 now? And I was like, oh no, it's $60, but there is an $80 version. So the $80 version, here's what it contains. It contains the Taken King, Destiny, expansion number 1, expansion number 2, collection edition steel bookcase, modified treasure island book with intro letter, blah 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 blah, relics and artifacts, a strange coin replica. You get 3 class specific emotes, so like the dancing and all that stuff, 3 armor shaders, and 3 exotic items, exotic class items with XP bonuses. You get all of that stuff if you buy the collector's edition, the Taken King collector's edition for $80. That is the only way you can get some of those things that are in there. And he was with Eurogamer, I think, who he was interviewing for. They were just like, well, I already have everything there except for the Taken King. What? How do I get? No, nope. You have to buy the collector's edition. It's like, so I had to spend $80 to get some of those things, right? And he's like, oh yeah, if I showed them to you, he said it's something in the thing of like, well, if I showed them to you, you'd throw money at the TV, to get them. Like it's almost like you do anything to get them and stuff like that. Big mistake, all right. And people went insane, and they eventually today had an issue an apology, and trying to say like, oh, we're going to do something for our fans, or we're going to do this and that. And then I heard, also if you go and buy Red Bull gives you wings. Hint, hint. Name of the show.
Hmm.
If you buy special cans of Red Bull, you can get a code that gives you a mission in the game. But the mission becomes available when Taken King comes out if you go and buy the code. Or you can wait and play it like on January 1st. It comes out for free to everybody. So it's like, now to get another piece. So not only are they okay, you have this game Destiny. They turn around, they split off a year worth of content and give it to PS3 or PlayStation first for a year. We get it in September. So they already broke that exclusive out. Then they said this time the Taken King, more special exclusive content goes to PlayStation, not to Xbox. Then there's more content cut out and saying you have to go buy Red Bull to get it. And I've also heard that you have to buy Red Bull at a 7-Eleven.
Okay.
So it's also at a special place that you have to buy the special Red Bull to get the code to do the mission if you want to play it before something or other. Okay. So there's like all these things, and people are going crazy because they're like, what about the first, people like myself? I bought it within the first week. Some people bought it day one. Well, if you just need, because let's say you went and you spent the $20 for the first two expansions, not expansions. Yeah, expansions. Okay, DLC/expansions. This here is an expansion. I wouldn't really consider it just DLC, a little download DLC.
Right.
The first two expansions you paid like 30 something bucks for, and you only got two, so they're like $15 a piece. All right, so you get those. Now this expansion is $40. So if you paid $60 for the game, $30 for the DLC, first two expansions DLC, that's $90. $40 for this expansion. See where I'm going? All
Yeah.
that money, right?
Yep.
Well, if you go and buy that collector's edition, it's $80. So if you've never played the game, you're paying far less money. Now, it is a year old, all right? This is like a game of the year edition type thing. That
Okay.
one, the $80 one, is not the one I think that bugs most of the people. I think the one that bugs most of the people is I'm paying $40 for just the DLC, but for $20 you can go and get everything. Because there's a $60 version as well. There's an $80 which comes with all the emotes and stuff. That's the only way to get them, they say. Then there's a $60 version, which is the game, all the previous DLC, and the new DLC for $60. But if you've bought all the DLC and you've had the game for a year or whatever, you have to pay $40. I think that's the part that's really aggravating everybody because, why isn't it like 20 for us? Why is it not $20 for us? And 40,
Right.
and make your make your other levels $40, $60 if you want. But why is it $40 for us? And a lot of people are actually upset. And I think with this whole thing that they were talking about, like all the emotes and this and that, they've really aggravated a lot of people. And a lot of people's like, I'm done. They're like, I'm not, they might not be done playing the game. I'm still playing the game, but I'm not buying the new DLC right away. I'm not saying that I won't ever buy it. I probably will buy it when it hits $20, but I'm not buying it in September because there's a ton of other games coming out that I want to play.
Right.
If I only can buy one game, it's not going to be $40 for DLC for Bungie or for Destiny when I already feel like I got burnt a little bit on the first DLC.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a whole thing that's going on right now, and everybody's in an uproar, and they're issuing apologies and they're promising that they'll fix it and this and that. So here's my thought, and I think I might have said this last week. I don't know if I told you guys or if I told friends or whatnot. And I think it was
We're
last
your
week.
friends.
Well, yeah. Well, I meant at work. Sorry.
Yeah.
Colleagues.
Yeah.
Who are also my friends. I asked the question, and I think I asked Mark this last week. I said, what does Activision do? And Activision takes games and annualizes them, right? $60 game every single year, very little updates to the game. You're basically getting a reskinned game, like Madden. I mean, EA does it too, right? With their sports franchises. But Activision's known for it. Call of Duty, example, Guitar Hero, Tony Hawk. I mean, they run them into the ground. Destiny is not a yearly annual franchise, right?
Right.
So what's one thing Activision could do? Well, they could come out with an expansion, right? It's a year later. It's a year later. And they're coming out with a $40 expansion. That's about as close as you can get to a full $60 game, as far as money-wise, and you call it an expansion. We're going to call it an expansion, and we're going to try to get as much money as we can out, and that is how they're going to annualize Destiny. Because I'll tell you, if next year's Destiny 2, the year after that, they'll come out with another $40 expansion, each time, each year, and
Right.
that is how they're going to annualize Destiny, and that is what they're doing. So I kind of sit back. I'm like, okay, this is not like Bungie. This isn't a Bungie thing. This has Activision, all over it in my book. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, yeah.
Bungie's not money hungry. They have 50 million. They got a $50 million deal, 10-year deal for Destiny. They're not in. They got their money. They're doing just fine. They're making millions on it. But it's just like that is Activision all over it. And I hope it's like if people sit back and be like, I didn't think about it that way. Sit back and think about that, because that to me is exactly what's happening. And somebody's in here is like, what's funny is how these companies continue to see other companies do these stupid things like this, then ask for forgiveness, and they keep on doing it over and over. And the thing is if people keep buying and buying and buying, they'll continue to do it over and over and over. So, and that's where it's like mine. It's like I said, it's like I love Destiny. I love the game. It's fun. It's my favorite game so far. On the console.
Right.
Acting like I don't love it. I love it. I want the DLC, but I have to be smart about this. And I think what they're doing is a horrible thing to do, and I'm not going to reward them, for doing that. So
Right.
when the DLC hits 20, it should be, that's when I'll spend my money on it. You know what I mean? I'm going to speak with my wallet. Now, hopefully, everybody that's all on forums and stuff, they're just like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Well, you know what? Please stick by your guns and don't buy it. But
Oh,
honestly, I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy it, because I know eventually I will buy it. I'm not
yeah.
being honest. It's like,
Yeah. Because their attitude should be, we'll get your money now or we'll get it later.
yeah. So, yeah, you'll get 50% of my money later.
Yeah.
So, but
They'll appreciate your money more later on.
yeah, and any company that does this, like if it was 343, like Bungie's one of my favorites, and
Yeah, yeah.
Ubisoft is becoming one of my favorite publishers. Activision, I despise them. When I saw Bungie went with Activision, I was heartbroken about it. I was just like, it's like, oh great, we're gonna get one crappy game year after year for 10 years.
Right.
That's what I was worried about. And I'm glad they're not doing that, but no, we're going to get one really good game, and then we're going to get nickeled and dimed for 9 more years, during that. So you have to speak with your wallet. You got to, stay out of it. Don't cave in. So, but, yeah. What's some of your favorite developers? Some of the games you've played, have you ever bumped into anything like this, or? Besides Skylanders, that's Activision.
Boy.
That's Activision.
Yeah.
Now, it's weird because Skylanders and Disney Infinity, at least when you buy a character and you put it on the game or on the pad or whatever, it goes into the game and you can play the game with that character, correct?
Right. Yep. Yep.
Well, Nintendo's is not like that.
Oh, was that the Amiibos or whatever they
Amiibos.
call them?
Amiibo.
What?
Yep. Amiibo.
Amiibo. Yeah.
Amiibo. So like theirs is like, with Smash Brothers, if you have a Mario and you drop Mario on there on Smash Brothers, it doesn't put that Mario in the game. It like unlocks something, but it's not a character. It's not, you know what I mean? They're not playable characters in a Amiibo type game or whatever.
Right.
So and they're like, just as expensive as a Skylander. So I feel like they're getting less out of that. But, yeah. The small minority of people that are smart like you don't outnumber the majority that will buy it. If people are okay with spending the $40, they should buy it. And there are the diehard fans that will go out and buy Destiny for $40. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to be hurt by doing this. It's just the idea that they're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't like Halo. That's all they're going to play is Destiny for the next 10 years. And hey, if they want to do that, that's okay
Sure.
with me. It's their money. They can spend it any way they want. I just feel like, we're getting crapped on a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's where I'm at. So, I didn't buy Hardline on day one because of the way Battlefield 4 was. I bought it like a week later.
Right.
And then I bought it and I played it for about 3 days, and now I regret buying it because nobody's playing the game.
Yeah.
Nobody. Oh my gosh, it's like a desert. Nobody's there. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, Skylanders. Do you feel like you're getting nickel and dime with Skylanders, or
Um,
do you look back? I mean, I don't want to say I don't think of it as buyer's remorse, or look back like,
no.
oh, why'd I get all these? Don't think of it that way, because once you bought it, you bought it. You like collecting them, or else you wouldn't buy them.
Right,
But
right.
each one you buy, do you feel like it's worth the cost?
Um, Sort of,
Mm-hmm.
because I definitely see the appeal, at least for my son, to have all the different characters, and they're
Mm-hmm.
cool. I mean, they're built really nice. I think we were talking about the Infinity characters, or maybe even the Skylanders ones. They're
Mm-hmm.
solid.
Oh yeah,
I
every
mean, they're
companies
good
are
quality.
nice. They're neat little
Yeah.
collector's items. But
Oh
you,
yeah.
you mentioned like
And
a minimum number to
right.
beat the game. What's the minimum number to beat the game?
Well, you get two with the starter set, or two in this other thing,
Okay, which is how
and
much? USD.
well, I got mine on sale. It was like
Okay,
$37.
so $37 you're getting the
Normally,
game.
it's like 70 or more.
Okay, well let's do the original. So the game plus two
So yeah,
characters is like
let's
70
just say
bucks.
$70. Yeah,
Okay, $70 for the game and two characters. You can't
70.
beat the game unless you have how many characters?
Here, let me look that up again because I want to say it was something like six
Okay.
characters.
So you are buying a game that comes with two characters, and you can never beat the game unless you spend money for four more characters.
I believe that is
And
correct.
how much is each character after that?
Well, here, okay, so starter pack retails for 74.99. Comes with three Skylanders,
Okay, three.
which covers fire, water, and life elements.
Okay. So for
And
75 bucks, you're getting three characters in the game, and you need
and then there's five other elements.
okay, and you need all elements to beat the game.
Yeah,
Okay,
because that opens up different areas. So
so you
this
need
guide that I'm
eight.
looking at here says um, that you actually need more. So in addition to having unlocks with the particular elements,
Mm-hmm.
there's also swap zones where you have to have specific powers
Okay,
to the guys. So there's one, two, three, four, five, six. So you need six more
okay,
in addition to the ones in the starter set.
okay. So you need nine total.
One, two,
So
three, four,
75 gets you to
six, seven.
three. How much is each one after that?
Normal price is $15.
Okay. So that's $90 for the six more.
Yeah,
So $75, $90. That's $165 you need to spend to be able to beat the game.
right.
Doesn't that sound like when you think about it that way? Doesn't that sound like you're getting sold a portion of a game that you may never be able to beat or play? You can't even play the entire game unless you spend $90 more.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh wait,
$165 to beat Skylanders. Now tell
and
me,
for
what
Swap
does
Force, you also need a giant.
okay,
So you need one giant. So that's an additional $15.
okay, $180, $180. Ninja, he says it comes with two. He read off three. Just it doesn't matter how many it actually comes with. The whole point is like Activision is
So
selling you a game that you can't play all of it or beat any of it, even though it's all on the
yeah.
disc. This is a
Hmm.
DLC, like them holding back DLC. This is them holding back a game and locking a game unless you give them more money to
Yeah.
unlock it. It's not a free to play
Actually,
game either.
no. Yeah, IGN actually has a guide here that I'm looking at right now where they
Okay.
actually tabulate it all.
Okay.
So, in order to have the minimum amount of characters and everything, in order to see everything in the game,
Hmm.
this is everything the two-player mode has to offer. You have to purchase a couple of different packs, the
Right.
starter pack and a bunch of individual guys, and the full total is $254.89 retail
Oh my gosh.
plus tax.
200 and
That's to see everything.
$250 to be able to see everything in the game. So you get a disc. You pay
Yeah.
for that game too. You're
Yes.
paying for a game that you cannot see everything on unless you spend more money. It's not a free to play game where you're paying money to unlock parts of the game. You're actually paying for the game and two characters.
Yeah. That's an interesting view of it that you're actually bringing up, at least that I'm
It is a view.
catching.
It's a view to me that makes me sit there and say, okay, I am not buying Disney Infinity 3.0.
So, I mean, basically what you're saying is that one way to look at it is that these games are essentially free to play, but you have to buy things to unlock parts of the game. And instead of getting nothing and just the game, you're getting a character
Mm-hmm.
in the game.
Yeah.
So, like, what was that thing? Some kind of horse or something, some kind of steed or animal in Neverwinter
Yeah, like the four
that people were
dollars
bouing.
for a mount, like
A
$4
mount.
for a
Yeah,
mount.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Wasn't it
for
like 20-30 bucks for a mount?
for like two or something like that. Yeah, we'd have to ask Mark when he gets back on here.
Yeah.
It was something like that's what I mean. It's like but the game you can play the
So,
entire. But here's the thing: you can play that entire game and beat it without spending a dime.
yeah, but you get punished
No, you don't.
by having like a mount gets you around quicker,
Oh
right?
well, yeah, but I mean, still.
So yeah, you get punished by having to slog through stuff slowly.
Sure, but you can play that entire game for free. Now,
Absolutely can.
Skylanders, you're buying the game. It's not free to play. You're buying the game, and on that game, it is locked until you spend more money.
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that right there, when you and it's different because when you say beat the game, it's not like it's. Is there an end boss? Or is it like you're unlocking pieces of the game and each piece that you unlock has a start and an end? Because
This is like a continuation, and
okay. Because if each
certain areas are gated off.
mm-hmm.
Like it'll say you need a Skylander of the water element to
Right.
unlock this
Okay.
gate.
So yeah, like if it was like you unlocked a part and you could play that part from start to finish all the way through, and like kind of like beat a mini game. So like the game you're purchasing is a world, and each thing unlocks a part of the world, and that world has a start and a finish. That's one thing. That's there. It's like, okay, well, I want to play another part of the world, so I'm going to go ahead and go buy another character. But this one here, the way you said sounds to me is like if you were playing Mario Brothers, it's like you're buying worlds 1 through 8. And World of World is like level 4. World 4 something like that is water, and you can't do water unless you buy a special Mario
Yeah.
character. So you can play 1 through 3, and then you're stuck at 4 until you go spend more
Yeah.
money. So
Yeah.
tell me how that doesn't feel like they're taking advantage of
Oh yeah.
people. You
And
know what I mean? When you look at it that
and
way.
and the thing that they do also, they definitely did it with Trap Team. I don't know yet. I think Swap Force probably does something similar. I don't see why
But then they target
it wouldn't. But
they target little kids on. Their
right,
target is
right.
kids on this. And so
Yeah.
so somebody's
And
like, it's all about the mommy daddy. Like
yeah.
if my son walks up and's like, Daddy Mario, it's just like, oh, do I tell my kid no? Like, all right, well, we would tell our kid no, but I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. But what I was going to say was the thing that they do in addition to gating off part of the game
hmm
by requiring those characters is that when your character runs out of health, so let's say you're doing some boss battles
hmm
and your character die, and I don't think they die. I think they just get tired or something.
hmm
Uh, you can't use them. So you have to swap out another Skylander. And eventually you get to the point of where you can't play anymore because all of your guys are tired. So,
Oh my gosh, it's got Facebook game elements. Please wait
what?
3 hours before.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Have your friends come farm for you because you're too tired to do
Yeah.
it.
So, your characters need to rest for a while, uh, before they can get back into battle. And
Right.
there's been a couple of times where, my son doesn't necessarily, I mean, he's still learning. He's 7 and he doesn't quite have his strategies down yet. And he'll tear through like, 4 or 5 characters in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, we don't have any more.
Right. And you know,
So I could see like if you only have the starter set, even if you could play the game, eventually like one guy's out, the other guy's out, then what are you gonna do? You got to stop the game for a while.
that's and for a younger kid to be all excited, get home, gets the game for his birthday or Christmas or something, opens it up, sets it all up, puts the game in, puts the character on there, doesn't quite understand how to play it. The character gets tired in 5 minutes. You put the other character on, does something wrong, tired in 5 minutes. Now you're saying my kid can't play that game anymore.
That's right.
I will go. Who's the CEO of Activision?
Wingman
No,
709.
no, whatever his name. I
Yeah.
would go to his house and beat his face in for that. To see your kid.
Brun's thoughts are not
Well, I mean,
the official
seriously,
thoughts of this
seriously. If
Xbox
my
Live.
kid opened that game for Christmas or his birthday, was all excited, got to play it for 5 minutes, and you're saying that he can't play it again for that point in time, as a parent, tell me how you're going to feel when your kid is upset about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like I never knew it was like that. That's aggravating. I'm mad. I'm actually aggravated right
Oh
now.
wow.
You know, how would you do that? How could you do that? That's insane. So like, are the other games like that? Is Disney Infinity like that?
Mm,
Or can you play the game all the way through, but oh, I want to play the game with this character, so I go buy this character and now I can play with him all the
well,
way
it's been so
through?
long. It's been so long since we played. Well,
Or
the
is it the
different.
same way?
Well, Infinity has the portal or whatever you want to call it has 3 different spots. One is for the world,
Hmm.
and then you have characters for that world. So you might get like there's a piston cup, and then you get Lightning McQueen, the race car, and
Right.
then what's Sally or whatever her name was.
Yep.
No, not Sally. It's another car that you get. So to play that, you really need matched sets. Although I think there's a way to play it where you can combine sets. So you can have, let's say, like Jack Black in an area with Lightning McQueen. I mean, you can do some mixing, but the the stories kind of go with, or I'm sorry, the characters match a particular world.
Okay. But that's what I
So,
mean. Is like if it's similar, like I said, if it's like a world that you unlock the world and you go to start to finish type of scenario, versus like in
oh,
Skylanders, it sounds like,
mm,
well, you have to have more characters. Else, for one,
yeah,
you can't even have a chance to beat the game, and
right, right,
two, it basically your playtime depends on how much money you spend.
right. Yeah.
So on top of that,
That's where Infinity is different in
right,
that aspect because there's a whole lot to the game and you unlock parts of the game
right,
which are, I guess, think of it more like mini games
right,
than.
yeah, yeah,
So there's like an Incredibles city
right.
where you have the Incredibles characters, then you have this like desert area where, Lightning Radiator Springs where the cars are in and such. So those feel like complete games.
Yeah, I'm laughing at the chat. It's like I will just pay for the Destiny expansions rather than think about all
Yeah.
that.
And
True.
after,
My kid would
you know,
rather play Destiny as
after
well.
after thinking about it, because I was looking at the Batman Arkham Knight with the $40 DLC and it was $100. And I'm like, man, that's so expensive. It's cheap in comparison.
Yeah, I just don't like. I mean, really sitting down. Like I never knew it was like that until we started talking about it right now.
Yeah.
to me, that is
Yeah,
how does a company get away with doing that?
and Wing can probably add to this as well
Right.
because
We'll have to ask him. I know he's going to listen. He always listens to the show,
yeah,
the ones he's not on. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be talking bad about it. I'm not trying to insult or say anything like that. I really do think
yeah,
I think the amiibos and the Disney Infinity characters are actually neater than the Skylanders, just because they're actually something that I know. Like,
right,
to me, I couldn't even buy the game, but I would go buy like Baymax or the little angry guy from Inside Out, because we went and watched Inside Out, and it's actually a really good movie. Things like that. I could see myself like buying one of those characters or a Mario character, just to sit on my desk, even though it wouldn't go for the game or anything like that. They're really neat, to me. But the whole
yeah,
Skylanders, like, if all the games are like that, I think all three, or there's something kind of wrong with that. Now, if Skylanders is the only one like that, then you got to sit back and look at the publisher, and then can completely understand why it's like that. But I would have to figure out before I kind of bash Activision again for doing something like that. That's crazy when you really sit back. If you think about it in that way, it's like I
yeah,
will never buy any of those games for my kids if that was the case. Maybe I agree with Wing and not buying Disney Infinity 3.0 because of Star Wars. So,
yeah,
but for people that like it and stuff like that, hey man, like I said, it's your money. Spend how you want. I don't judge, but that does sound really weird. So,
yeah,
but most of the people in this in our chat room, you guys aren't realizing, but you are paying for only the first 10 minutes of this episode, and to hear the rest of it, you're actually paying $3,000 a piece. So,
yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. It's just it's like us saying,
But it
hey,
makes as much sense.
yeah, it's like come listen to our podcast. You watch the first 10 minutes. We're like, to continue listening, please deposit $3. So,
Yeah.
but
Thank you.
what?
Now $3 more.
So, yeah. All right. That was fun. Sorry if I made people angry, but I wasn't really a rant. I mean, this is what round topics are for, but
Oh yeah.
I really like going through that breakdown. $250 something to beat a game. That's crazy.
That's
So,
interesting. We went from Destiny to half-hour long chat on Skylanders.
that's what roundtable. That's why we went
Yeah.
do this format of the show. It leads right into the next thing. So, but let's do community. So we're gonna sell you on something. If you want to show that you're part of the community, you can go to cafepress.com/this Xbox Life. All sorts of things out there.
Yeah, and I just want to add, like, let's say if you get a TXL T-shirt over there, whatever the cost is for the shirt, you can put two arms, your body, and your head through the holes in the shirt. So you don't have to pay extra to like put your right arm through the sleeve hole.
It's actually a belly shirt.
It's
and if you want
fully unlocked.
Yeah, achievement unlocked. It's a belly shirt. Yeah. If you want to go all the way down to your belt, you have to pay an extra $5 for the rest of the
Yeah.
So
if you don't want your pants to rip, pay extra.
Yeah. So Eating Wisconsin, Destiny is a pretty fun game. If you haven't got into it, I would advise you to wait until September, and you can get all of it for $60. So, but all right, community time. I already mentioned Cafe Press. If you want to show that you're in support, that you're part of the community, we also can do voicemails and emails. So everybody who's new to the show this week, make sure to favorite us on Twitch. You'll actually pop an achievement during the show if you favorite us now. If you favorite us and you want to send in a voicemail to us and be on the show or be heard in the show, you can go to thisxboxlife.com, and on the right-hand side you'll see send voicemail. You click that, follow the prompts if there are any for you. Leave us a voicemail and you'll be on the show. Ask us a question. You can talk about how I'm an idiot if you want. I do not. It won't bother me. Or if you want to send an email and have us read us your email, you can send it to contact at thisxboxlife.com. So, and that's 2 ways to actually get in to be a part of the show. Another way is twitter.com/thisxboxlife. You can DM us or anything on there, chat with us, ask us questions. We will answer, or at least Mark or I will answer on Twitter. The big one, I'm not a huge Facebook person, but I do have a Facebook, and the only thing I actually do on there besides development stuff is I kind of partake in our community, and that is facebook.com/groups/thisxboxlife. For anybody that's new, because like I said, I see a lot of new names in the chat. We have an awesome community. Definitely, if it doesn't matter how old you are. Everybody's really respectful. We love games. We love not just Xbox. It's there's people in there that have PlayStations. It doesn't matter what you play. It is a great mature community as well. Everybody's really mature. So go out there, ask to join. We are a closed group for that reason. But if you join, we'll invite you. We just check. We check how many. If you only have one friend and you've only been on Facebook for a day, you may have to message us an email saying, "Hey, I sent you a request to be at a thing." That is me, because we have had that happen. But if I guess if we would check your Facebook and there's a bunch of inappropriate stuff all over your Facebook, you might get declined in that reason. But most people don't get declined. So, but that is Facebook. And we don't have any voicemails or emails this week, or messages. But there are some new games coming out. So what are they?
That's a very good question, Brun.
Mm-hmm.
So first up, for the Xbox One, we have MotoGP 15 coming out on the 26th. Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend on the 30th, and Quiplash on the 30th as well. The 360 has MotoGP 15 and GTA San Andreas on the 26th, which is Friday?
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of titles coming out on Fridays now.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of them are like the 360 games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yep.
So maybe the San Andreas game is in celebration of the movie with The Rock.
Yeah, I don't know actually. That was a weird one I saw on there that was coming
Yeah.
out. I did find it a little bit strange, but oh well.
Absolutely. But if you want to get those games, maybe some more games or anything else for your house, make sure to use the This Xbox Life affiliate link for Amazon.com whenever you do your shopping. Whenever you do your shopping over at Amazon, make sure to use our affiliate link. That way you can support your favorite podcast while you do your shopping. It doesn't cost you anything extra. We just get a little finder's fee, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, for sending traffic their way. Just make sure to go to this xboxlife.com and click the Amazon link at the top right. Then at that point, you can just search for whatever you want over on Amazon. I would definitely appreciate that. And then also, if you're on iTunes, please rate us 5 stars so that we can be a featured podcast out there, because I guess you need a certain amount of ratings in order to be featured, and we'd like to be featured. So help us get noticed on the iTunes store. Cool. I believe that's it.
Yep. How do you favorite on Twitch? I think it's just right below the video that you're seeing us on. There's a little...
Oh, there's that little heart?
Little heart. And if you click that, is how you favorite.
Yeah.
So the heart under the video. Oh, sorry. Fave, follow, sorry. Favor, follow is the same to me, sorry. This ain't YouTube. I'm sorry. So. But hopefully, with my issues with my machine, hopefully the things may not be coming through. The follows, they should be coming through. But so we'll see. I just did a test. I see that Eating Wisconsin just followed. Unfortunately, it does take a little bit to come through, and I don't know if we're going to be sitting or should we sit around and wait for the achievement for Eating Wisconsin. We'll see if it comes through in a second. But Rob, do you have anything else?
No, sir.
No, sir. So all right. Oh my gosh, my phone Siri keeps thinking I'm talking to her. But all right. Nothing left for that. I don't have anything else either. I'm sorry, Eating Wisconsin. The thing may not pop up in time. But if you come back next week and unfollow and follow again, it might pop up then. So, but and then your name should be by the heart at the bottom. So, but that's all I got this week. Thanks everybody for coming. All the new people, we appreciate it. Hope you had a good time. And like I said, come back next week. We'll have a whole other show. Mark will be on there. So you guys, anybody that's new that hasn't been, listening or anything like that, if you haven't met Mark, he's a good guy to come watch. He's fun. So, and our MP3 will be out tomorrow, I believe, right, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, guys. Everybody enjoy. Have a good one. I am Brun BJ Swick 33.
This is Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you all next week.